was right based on things that I had read in scriptures and things that I'd heard from General Conference, and things generally accepted around the world. And my brain was not having it, ladies and gentlemen. It was so frustrated because, yes, I knew that I should be able to make the jumps and do the things to feel a certain way. I'd done it before, but this time I was so frustrated with the situation, and I was so frustrated with myself that I wasn't letting go, and I wasn't forgiving, and I wasn't moving forward. And I just kind of felt in this stuck place, because I felt like the only way to move forward, to have peace and confidence, was to do the things that I should do. And in that moment, a voice came into my mind and says, you have a choice. You can stay stuck here, angry that you can't seem to move forward. Or you can choose to love yourself, even knowing you're not quite where you want to be. But I said, but if I love and accept myself right where I am, I'm going to stay here forever. And that's where the image of beating myself up came from. If I don't love myself, even in my imperfections, if I don't love myself, even if I can't get the right answer, is that really love? Am I really loving myself? If when I fall short or I don't live up to the standards that I set myself, is that really love? The answer is no. And so in that moment of self-loathing, because I couldn't just make the jump, I couldn't just be okay, and I thought that that's what was required of me. Instead, I said, Allison, I love and accept myself. And it was like this weight just lifted off my shoulders and moved somewhere else. And I was like, huh? And in saying that I loved and in saying that I accepted myself, I was finally able to move forward. Not because it was the right thing to do, not because I should do it, but because it would bring me peace. And because as a being that I loved and as a being that I valued, it was worth it. Now I want to give you a bit of a bonus. And a question. Because this whole incident happened. We'll get to the bonus in just a minute, but first, this whole incident happened at 2 a.m. My husband was long asleep. Most everybody else in the world, in this part of the world, was probably also asleep. In my frustration, the whole reason why I was frustrated is because I wasn't getting love where I thought it would come from, where I was hoping that it would come from. And so I was mad and frustrated and couldn't let it go because I felt unloved. That's what I was looking for, ladies and gentlemen. I was looking for love. And because there was no one else around to give it to me, the only place that love could come from in that moment, because I wasn't letting myself feel it from God, because I was viewing myself as though there was something wrong with me, or as though I was approaching it in the wrong way, I, in and of myself, had stepped away from God, saying I wasn't worthy to feel his love. Because in case you were wondering, that doesn't just happen for the big sins. It happens every time we make mistakes and think we goofed. We step away from his love because we can't possibly see how he could love us, because we don't love ourselves in that moment. And so what is so powerful about this is when we step back and we step out and we say, I love and accept myself for who I am in this moment, then we step back into a place where if we love ourselves, we feel his love again. I hope that this has caused you to think. I hope that this has maybe opened your minds to new ideas. that you really do hold the power to love yourself, to know yourself and to understand yourself, but it will take effort. That's ultimately what I have learned in the last few weeks and months of my life. I can't go about things like anybody else does and expect for me to grow. I really shouldn't try and live my life like anybody else, because it's my life and my perspectives and the things that I care about that I care about. And so if you find yourself wondering why you matter, if you find yourself wondering what in the world you possibly could offer the world, if you really want to go out and reach for life, but always feel like you have to hold yourself back because no one else has done it before, or everybody else who does it differently, you are yourself. You have your own path. And in order to walk that path, you need to be able to know who you are and what you care about and what you yearn for. If you really want to walk that path, then you need to understand yourself and understand why you feel the things that you feel. Being a feeling being is not bad. It's a beautiful, glorious thing. Understanding why you're feeling things is a powerful thing. So take the time to exercise the pause and go the play-by-play to figure out why you're feeling what you're feeling. And third, to be able to love yourself. In this life, you are going to experience things that no one else knows and no one else understands. And to be able to say that you love and accept yourself, even when you goof, even when you can't seem to wrap your head around it, is what gives you the strength and power to keep moving forward. As to the bonus, I used to think that life was about doing. It was about taking the steps to get to the next right thing. It was about explaining myself to other people so that they would understand me. And I hope that you will take time in the next 24 hours to ask yourself, what is it you care about? What is it that you love? What is it that you would love to try? But in comparing yourself to other people, you always fall short. And that you will start by saying, I love myself for where I am and who I am. And that then you start writing down what you care about and what you love. Because as you know yourself and you understand yourself, you better love yourself. And when you love yourself, there is no limit to the places that you can go. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope that if you have questions, you leave them in comments down below. I would love to answer them. And I hope that you will join me on my next video as we go on a journey of learning how to love and support ourselves. The world can't offer what our soul truly needs. We, however, can offer it to ourselves when we exercise radical self-acceptance and love. Bye guys, and have a fantastic day.